Oh, hello, hello. It has been a little while, but welcome back to Karate Ramblings. I'm Kieran McKenzie.
And I'm Brian Bates,
Well, welcome
and
back
we
to
are
another.
back.
Yeah, we are
Yes,
back.
as Kieran said.
We have taken a little while off. I have been moving flat, and as a result of that, that has buggered up quite a few of our planned podcasts. But hey ho, we are back, and we have had a very, very busy summer. Isn't that right, Brian?
Yeah, yeah, lots has gone on. I mean, so much that we're just trying to remember what we did because there was so much. So, um, yeah,
Mm,
martial arts wise, I had some lovely holidays. So that's another reason why we've not been on
mm.
on the podcast. But yeah, yeah, hopefully you're going to enjoy this one. So
Yeah, it's
yeah,
always worth taking a little
so
bit of time off to
we're going
make.
to start with.
Yeah, it's always worth taking a bit of time off to make you appreciate how good you got it when you come back. So, I think we'll kick off with the most biggest and the most obvious one event that we had, which was the annual MMA camp hosted by Mal Sanchez Jones of Goshen and Kudo Academy this year, weekend away, which is about 2 weeks ago, celebrating their 25th anniversary.
Yeah, that's it. So if you got your Mal Bingo card out, that's hitting early in in the podcast. I
Yeah.
think Luke Whitworth normally has his Mal Bingo, so or Kudo Bingo. But yeah, that was a fantastic weekend. It
Mm,
was. I mean, I think last year was just the trial to this big weekend, to the 25th anniversary.
mm,
But there were some awesome instructors on this one.
absolutely.
So so we had four sessions. Sorry, we had the karate session with Mark House,
Yeah,
Hanshi
Hanshi
Mark
Mark
House, I
Howes,
think his name is, and we
absolute
had
legend.
Spen teaching Mark Spencer.
Yep, Mark Spencer, SBG Bradford.
Mm,
Uh,
yeah, and Mark Spencer teaching BJJ,
hmm Yep, and we had
the
Danielle
bear
and
wrestlers,
Camille, Bear
and
Wrestling, Wales. And then last but not least, we had Mal and Vilius
yep, and
of Kudo.
finally,
Mm,
yes,
Yep.
yeah. So yeah, four amazing. Well, five. We'll include Mal in that. Five amazing instructors.
But yeah, no,
So
that
yeah.
was
So,
really
so
good.
going to the first session we had Mark with Mark House, it was basically it's like it was looking at old school karate, wasn't it? Really.
Mm,
So making karate dangerous, I think, is one of the things he says a lot. So it wasn't to do with the sports side of karate at all. It was more about the self protection and
yeah.
yeah, being dangerous with karate. So there's some real
Mm.
nasty stuff there that he was teaching, wasn't there?
Oh, absolutely. All about getting in
Oh,
close,
I don't know
biting
what's going
people's
on in this
necks
connection.
out. Are you a little bit behind there, Brian?
Yeah, it had a different take on. I'm not sure what's going on really. Yeah, occasionally it's freezing up, but let's see how this works.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
yeah.
he had a different take on his groundwork as well, didn't he? So,
Mm,
which, yeah, like you say, there was a lot of nastiness in his groundwork. So he
mm,
said he doesn't like the floor. It's not where he wants to be.
nah.
When he's on the floor, he wants to get back to his feet. So he's biting, gouging, and all sorts of horrible stuff, which was interesting.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely. And Mark, he's got a whole wealth of stories as well. I spoke to him for a few minutes after, and he just sort of expanded on the different tales he told during training as well. And the amount of years he's been down, sorry, just training in Kyokushin, Ashihara as well. I spoke to Ashley Clues Jones trained with us. He joined us on our road trip, and he
Mm.
joined us for the training. He was saying that he's trained with Mark quite a few years as well. Like he's known him for quite some time and takes a lot of his self-protection inspiration from Mark as well. So yeah, I think Les Bubkus had him on his podcast a few times as well. Just the the whole raft of information this guy's got, and he's not shy about the methods he'd use to fight someone off. He will be as brutal as possibly can imagine. It's incredible.
It, yeah, he was one of those guys that when he was telling the stories, you knew he weren't bullshitting. You
Mm,
know, it's like sometimes you
yeah.
hear a story and you think, yeah, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But yeah, when Mark was talking and he just seemed like a brutally bad in a nice way guy. You knew if you got on the wrong side of him, you're in trouble.
Exactly.
So yeah, but a really really nice guy.
Mm,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. So
Then we had Daniel
after
Camille.
that, was it Spen?
No, no, no. We had
Oh no,
Daniel and
yeah, okay.
Camille.
Spen was on. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I think it was mostly Daniel
So
who
that
was,
was that was the
yeah,
bear wrestling,
yeah. It was Daniel who was doing
which
most of the instructions. Yeah.
wasn't actually bear wrestling. So there were no bears in the sports centre,
They were the
and nobody
Bears,
was
but
bear. They look like bears,
yeah, but
but they were awesome.
incredible athletes, honestly. Just everything they did, they made everything they did seem so slick, seem slow, so like effortless. It was genuinely impressive to see.
So they're originally from Dagestan, were they?
Yes,
The
Dagestan.
guys, yeah, and
Yeah.
they now live in Wales.
Yeah.
That's a transition, isn't it?
Definitely a change, definitely a change. But they've been doing a lot of work with British or wrestling, I believe. Leah is also from GKA Dojo is also doing a lot of work with
Ah,
them as well.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because she did get called up to the front, didn't she, to talk
Mm,
about the British wrestling, which she
mm,
kind of did a bit and shied away really quick. But no, those guys were so
mm.
smooth, and well, it's impressive, awe-inspiring, really.
Yeah.
To see them move and their their teaching method was really good as well. They kind of
Yeah.
just demonstrated the technique a few times,
Mm,
explained it, and let you get on with it. And then,
yeah.
as they was coming around, if anybody was having trouble, they came around and corrected it really well. So
Yeah.
yeah, for
Yeah.
two guys not of the karate world, they were fantastic.
Absolutely incredible stuff that they showed us. One thing I always sort of I'm a little bit annoyed about is I say annoyed is the fact that there's r wrestling to that extent or to that level is so rare in the UK. I mean, we've got judo, we've got BJJ, but like compared to someone like America, for example, America's got
Mm.
wrestling programs in most schools and universities and amateur clubs and things like that. But in the UK, it's basically non-existent, despite the fact that you've got things like catch wrestling, originating in the UK, which is a foundation for a lot of MMA style grappling. It's non-existent. There's only a handful of clubs in the UK, I believe.
Yeah, and as a sport, I mean, it's really physically demanding. But
Mm,
when you look at the high level MMA practitioners, um, you know, I think a lot of them now have a wrestling base as
mm,
their grappling art, don't they? So rather than say judo or BJJ, it's wrestling. I think that's
mm.
the dominant kind of grappling art in mixed martial arts these days.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's a shame there's not more of it in the UK. Um, yeah, I can't think of anything close to us.
yeah.
Um,
I know there is a BJJ gym near me that does do a dedicated wrestling session, but I think that is wrestling for BJJ comps as opposed to
right.
actual just pure wrestling or catch wrestling. So same, but not this, but it's different though. So yeah, it is a little bit annoying, but
Yeah,
hey ho, we get it where we can. Yeah, and then we had a
yeah,
very nice
yeah.
after that
So,
we had a very nice evening out in Cardiff, going around local bars,
oh
looking at
yeah,
sights and
yeah.
stuff.
Everywhere we went, apparently, well, actually, it wasn't everywhere we went. It was everywhere Paul went. So we
Uh
took quite a few people from our dojo, which was really nice as a dojo outing as such.
yeah,
So it's not something we've done before. A weekend away with a few members. But Paul, one of our green belts,
yeah.
it seemed like everywhere he went, there was a disco. By that I mean there were disco lights. So in this
Mm.
hotel room, it had like one of those box windows with flashing lights. He went to the toilet and there was a disco toilet, the most bizarre thing ever. And then, yeah, you guys got a taxi home from that
Yeah,
evening out. You, your taxi driver just created a disco for you, didn't he?
yeah, yeah. Absolute legend. Yeah, yeah. Disco Paul. He brings the party wherever he goes. We had a fantastic time.
He
Cardiff,
is now Disco Paul.
Disco Paul. Cardiff City Centre, fantastic nightlife. Honestly, really good time. Yeah, no, it was great, and it was great to the big thing when you go to these sorts of weekends away. It's always the best part is always not the training, it's always the socials after. You're just getting in there, you're mixing with everyone else and having a good chat and a great time with everyone. So, it's what it's all about, friendships and international bonds and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I must agree. I think talking, we went to Spoons in Cardiff, but
Spoons.
talking to the instructors, that's when you get to really hear the stories. Like you said, talking to Mark Howes and then talking to Spen and talking to Mal. That's where you hear the real stories, don't you?
Mm.
And I mean, Luke, one of our instructors, got some top tier coaching from or some feedback from Spen in the pub. Do you know what I mean? It was just
Yeah.
giving him, and then after the Sunday's train as well, Spen gave us both some top tier
Mm.
feedback on our sparring. So yeah, these sort of events are brilliant for that kind of thing. Yeah, not yeah, like you say, the social side of thing. You get to meet some wicked people, but you can up your game outside of the dojo, just by
Absolutely.
if you listen over a beer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
listen over a
yeah,
beer, you're more
and
likely to get more candid feedback, to be fair. Have a
yes,
drink. The defenses go, I was like, okay, you were shit on this, but you did all right on that.
yeah,
So just,
yeah,
the honest
yeah,
feedback, the kind that you appreciate.
absolutely, yeah. So yeah, it was a really good night out then
Mm,
as well. So then we missed. So I'm gonna drop you in it now, Kieran. But we
go for it.
missed, and it's not your fault
Ah,
that you lost Barry Beach.
I
It's not
did
your
not.
fault, but you no longer.
Oh,
I believe you no longer own Barry Beach.
I no longer.
So
No, no, no. I have a feeling that I definitely own at least part of Barry Beach because they did not win it back from me. So, for those that don't
okay,
know, last year we did beach wrestling on Barry Island Beach. I won the beach wrestling, therefore I was the legal owner of Barry Beach as bestowed by Mal.
you say
Uh,
for those that don't know, you mention it every podcast.
do I?
No, I don't
My,
know.
my own claim to fame. Why not? But yeah, this year, unfortunately, I don't think we w woke up in time, or they might have forgotten to send us a invite.
Well,
And
actually, well, I say we turned up and they walked off.
yeah,
That's kind of how it felt.
true,
But
true,
apparently,
yeah.
they'd already done it. They'd already done it
Oh,
by the time we got there. But yeah, I think the Saturday night it was Eduardo. Apparently, I think Mal said Eduardo may have won it
oh,
from
right,
Spain, from
yeah,
Kudo, Spain.
yeah,
So those guys went
absolute
to bed
tank.
early. They didn't go drinking like us. So
Oh,
they was prepared for
okay.
beach wrestling on Sunday.
Oh,
So
that
so
is an
next year
absolute shame.
we'll have an early night next year.
I don't
Just
think
so
we
Kieran
will.
can.
I really don't think we
It's not
will.
going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Nah, definitely not gonna
Um,
happen. But yeah, after that, we headed over to the dojo at Cardiff Sports Centre, and then we had a very good technical grappling session from Spen Kudo Yorkshire, who works the Valet Tudo guards, which is a very uniquely named sort of like BJJ position, because obviously that is like
mm,
the one of the ancestor fighting system. I say systems fighting scenarios, I guess, from
mm.
Brazil. Just no holds barred, but yeah, it was really good. Learned some pretty good what's it called again, chains and systems from that. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, there was lots of options from that position as well, wasn't there? So
Mm,
I've never stepped foot in a Brazilian jiu-jitsu gym, so all the ground stuff to me is yes, we have basic skills in our dojo for groundwork. Most of it
mm.
is to get back to our feet.
Yeah.
So to get that kind of coaching off of Spen, and for somebody who's not really that versed in it, it was really good, really interesting.
Mm.
So I thoroughly enjoyed that. And he's a top coach as well, isn't he? He's
It's
such a
fantastic.
good coach. So
Absolutely
yeah, that's
fantastic.
brilliant.
Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely. He breaks
So
things
now
down
head of
into
Kudam England as well,
yeah,
actually. So
yeah, he's the head of
yeah.
Kudo England. Absolutely fantastic. And quite rightly deserved. He's putting a lot of time into the art. He's putting a lot of time into combat sports, for basically hit more or less his entire life. Absolutely
Mm,
fantastic. And someone like him at the helm, it can only get better. So, fantastic to see.
yeah.
But yeah, after we had to spend take us through some bits on the ground. We had Mal. take us through some kudo combinations and stuff. That was really good, really fun, as always. Nice to get the head guard on and whack someone. And after that, we had world champ Vilius of Lithuania take us through some more kudo combinations and tactics. He's just so
Yeah. Is it
good.
Villas or Villius? I think it's Villas, isn't it?
I thought it was
He
Vilius.
was amazing though, wasn't he? Yeah, I think it's spelt
Absolutely.
Villius, but I think whatever. But
But
yeah,
you just call
I
him
think it might be Villas, but
you just call him Villy. Why not?
really, because we're mates now.
Yeah, we're mates. We're mates. That brief time we said
But
thank you at the end of
I
the
mean, he's
session.
been on Jeff Chan's channel. Yes,
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, but he's been on Jeff Chan's channel recently, hasn't he? He's been on Sensi Seth's channel, so he's becoming a bit of a celebrity, isn't he?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but he was, yeah, his skill set was amazing. Yeah,
Incredible. He is
yeah,
a
it's a
he's a
pleasure to
world-class
watch and
athlete.
to try and keep up with.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, he gave us some
Mm,
great stuff to work with, some great
yeah, yeah,
combinations and some great tactics. And you know, when you get that opportunity to train with someone who is that world class in what is a very physically and mentally demanding martial art, you know, it's good as gold, honestly. We might have spent about an hour with him, but it
yeah,
was still it's worth its weight in gold.
yeah. So the thing, so we missed out, and we had a little dojo visit, didn't we, to Mao's dojo
Yep,
before
yep.
Sunday's training.
Went to
So
Genki the Goshin.
we've been a few times, haven't we,
Mm.
to the um, yeah, to Mal's dojo. But yeah, we had two guests from Denmark with us, so staying with me. So we had Jan and Fleming. They was keen to see the dojo, so we took them there, and Mal gave them a tour of the dojo. You know, for such a small dojo, it's got such a good quality level of athletes coming out of that dojo. Really,
Yep,
and Mal
absolutely.
gave us a bit of an insight into how they run the classes and what they do and just yeah how that dojo is built up from I say pretty much nothing, wasn't it? It's just a
Mm.
garage at one point, wasn't it?
Yeah,
A car workshop. So it's a really nice place.
yeah, absolutely. They've made it into a proper home dojo clubhouse. Mal went through and he just told, despite the fact that we've met him 1,000 times already. He went through the history and all the various things on the walls, the trophies, the medals, the program for their juniors and their seniors and things like that. It's like always fascinating to hear. It's always a pleasure going there as well. The Welsh Onbu Dojo. I don't know where's the what if there's if there's an England Hombu dojo at all, but if not, we'll still consider it to be Wales. So yeah, no, that is absolutely fantastic. Mal, amazing martial artist. When you go to train with him, he looks after you, he takes care of you, and he gives you a proper beasting as well. So fantastic trip.
Yeah, yeah. So that was that. I mean, that was our trip to Wales, wasn't it? Our trip to
Mm.
Cardiff, and like I say, that was really good. So, other things that have happened or that have gone on since our last podcast, I think. So we've joined up, like you mentioned, Ash earlier, Ashley.
Yep,
He's started a Kudo study group in Cambridge, which we are part of now. The Cambridge Kudo study group. Ash, again, really nice guy, good martial artist, very good coach. So if anybody's in the Cambridge area that fancies giving Kudo a try, just drop a message in here and we'll give you some details, I'm sure.
yep,
So
absolutely. Yeah, I spent so
yeah,
much time talking to
uh,
Ash on the way there and on the way back. Fantastic guy. He spent like
oh yeah,
about a
yeah,
month training in Japan at the Hombu Dojo in Tokyo. He's got a wealth of knowledge. He's got so much experience. It is 1,000% worth training with him if you ever get the chance to.
yeah, yeah. Funny thing when we did pick him up. Because we was convoying to to Cardiff. So there was another Paul was driving the other car, and he'd pulled up in a lay-by just in front of us. So we picked up Ashley, and he got in the back of the van. And the first thing we done was pull up next to Paul's car and give Paul a load of abuse. And I think Ashley didn't realise he thought, oh my God, what's going on with these guys from Luton? They're crazy. Just pull over and abuse people in laybys.
Welcome
But
to
yeah, he
Luton.
soon figured out. Yeah, soon figured out that we were friends. So yeah, um, and there's so kudos really. I don't know about massively taking off, but there's also a London study group, which is we're
Yeah.
kind of in between the two, aren't we? Really.
Mm.
So we're in the middle of the Cambridge and the London one. The London one's been pretty busy as well,
Yeah.
hasn't it?
Yeah, that's hosted by Danny. I don't know his last name, or at least I don't know how to pronounce it. But I met Danny once at Kudo grading in Yorkshire under Spen, and I've seen about a few different sessions here and there. He's a fascinating martial arts history there. So I've Googled him before, and he's come up with like BJJ super fights and things like that. He's fought internationally here
Oh,
and there. He's done MMA, Muay Thai. Uh, Recently, I think it was either earlier this year or last year, he fought uh, at one of the Kudo World Cups in Europe, but I think he fought under the Vietnamese Kudo Association, so he fought for them, and
okay.
he's involved
Right.
quite
Okay.
heavily. Yeah, he's involved quite heavily in a few different clubs around London, BJJ and MMA and things like that. So yeah, no, he's definitely got a lot of knowledge and quite a few fights under his belt as well. So definitely worth training with.
So hopefully, yeah, things because I mean I really like kudo as an art. I
Mm,
think um, it's how karate should be. You know,
yeah.
for the I mean, from my point of view, I think there are um, merits to point sparring, and I think it's very good for juniors. But I think as you get to teens and adults, you know, you want to be sort of mixing it up a bit more and making it a bit more real with your sparring. So
Mm, yeah.
I think Kudo's got a lot of value for that. You know, it's like it is MMA and a gi, isn't it? So
Yeah.
so I'm glad it's taken off a bit more locally, and we've got the chance to train it a bit more ourselves. I mean, I spar in the club. It's all like Les calls it all round karate.
Mm,
So we do stand up, close range clinch work, and then we do takedowns and a very limited amount of groundwork. And that's what I like about Kudo. The groundwork is
yeah.
limited. You know, so
Yeah. It's groundwork
I
on
think you
Kudo. You've
score
got to be
higher for
fast.
striking. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah, really glad that's taken off locally.
Mm.
Um, so where was I? I was thinking of something. So you've been training elsewhere as well, haven't you? Doing
Yeah. Yeah.
the Valley Tudo, is it?
So close. So Coach Liam for North Star Martial Arts in Long Eaton near Nottingham. He runs a couple of different style sessions, but he does kickboxing. He also he's taken a lot of impart a lot of Kyokushin, so he's got his own uh, uh, Kyokushin MMA system called Valet Tudo. But then he's also got another system called shoot boxing. Now it's not the same shoot boxing that you get in Japan, which is closer to full-on MMA with the small gloves. The shoot boxing that they do is with the boxing gloves. You got stand-up striking and grappling, but there's no groundwork. So yeah, I went to a session that he held a little while ago. Absolutely fantastic. You know, he's a brilliant coach. You know, he lets people in. He looks after you, gives you a proper good session, and you know, you have a great time. I took Ildiko, who's one of our brown belts, to go and train with him as well. You know, she loved it as well. So yeah, no, we had a fantastic time. Definitely worth training
Yeah,
with him because he puts these seminars on for free. You know, all you have to do is bring your own gear. Apart from that, you know, it's a fantastic time. He's
yeah.
got a fully
And what's
equipped
good?
gym. Yeah.
Yeah, so what's good though is that you know you've gone to this place, don't really know the guy, and it's been a safe environment to train because you can go to these places, and then the coach turns out to be a dick, or you know some of the people that you're
Mm.
training with are idiots. But I think you've had a really positive experience going
Yeah,
to those places, yeah.
absolutely. He's got a great group of guys. He invites people in from any sort of like training background. I mean, me, myself, I mean, I'm not specifically a kickboxer. I mean, I'm karate is my main art right now. So, um, you know, he brought in most people from his kickboxing group, a few people from the karate, the Kyokushin sessions that he holds at his gym as well. So, it was a really, really good time. And, he does, like I say, he looks after people when you get there. He's got a fully equipped and matted gym as well. He's got a boxing ring there as well, which is quite fun to play in. So, yeah, absolutely worth going to train with Coach Liam. But
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. It's always a good time. And yeah,
Yeah, I was say the thing that you've done most recently. Sorry, you went to Peterborough, wasn't it? Is she in
yes,
Peterborough or
yeah,
Northampton?
yeah.
Gabby? Is it Gabby?
Yeah,
Sensei Gabby?
yeah,
Yeah,
Sensei Gabby. So I took myself, Paul, and Ildiko from our class. So Sensei Gabby runs Haito Karate over in Peterborough. She's got a fully equipped and matted dojo there as well. Great place to train in. She invites people for different seminars and things like that. So she invited us for a sparring session. Or I call it a sparring session. It was 50 fights. So it was a sparring session under
yeah,
Kyokushin rules for 50 fights, 1 minute per fight, and yeah, survive 50 fights. So basically what it says on the tin, but it was absolutely fantastic session. Really welcoming group. Some great people. We had some people traveling up from London to go and to join us for it as well. Yeah, a few good people there as well. It's absolutely fantastic, really good time. Again, very welcoming. It's great to when we're a part of a group and everyone's looking after each other, but they're also pushing you too. So, and I think Sensei Gabby was quite, happy that we came along to, push our students a little bit where we could. So, absolutely fantastic time.
yeah. So yeah, I'll tell you what's nice now. So we're going to different venues, different places. It seems like in certain circles the doors are opening a bit more in karate because
Yeah.
in my era of karate, your instructor would say, "Oh no, you can't go here, you can't do this, you can't do that," and then their doors would be closed as well. But it seems that there are people now opening their doors a bit more
Yeah.
to the outside world and people accepting those invitations. So it's really nice that this is happening a bit more in the
Mm.
karate world, and
Yeah.
long may it continue. Hopefully it
Yeah.
gets better.
Absolutely. I mean, one of the big things, I mean, if you, I'll always keep referring to this, but if you look at, the way MMA's developed, it's only developed when other arts have come in or other systems or styles come in to challenge what people consider to be like the best style. So you only get better from there. You take this bit you like from that, you take that bit you like from that, and you improve. So one, just to touch back onto Kudo for a second. So, Ashley at Cambridge Kudo, when he trained in Japan, one of the things that he said that they did after tournaments was that after a tournament, they'd sit down, they'd have a meal, and they'd watch everyone's fight. And then from there, they'd go around to every single person in the room
Ah,
and they'd ask, okay, what's your honest feedback? What did you think about this fight? What did you think about the tournament? What was your experience like? What could be done better? That sort of thing. So they're constantly improving and evolving. And that's the way martial arts always need to be doing. They need to put themselves under pressure and they need to look at themselves honestly and say, should we do this better? Could we do that different? Just ask themselves the honest questions. And, that happens when you let more and more people in through the door.
yeah, yeah. So now I've just looked at our timer because I keep checking it. So we've got just under 10 minutes left.
Mm.
I was on a seminar today, funny enough,
Yeah.
just with Tommy J. Moore. So just go
Ah.
briefly, it was knife awareness and multiple attackers.
Mm.
So it was really good. Sadly, it wasn't very well attended. So there was only
Oh.
a handful of us there. So difficult when you're going to do multiple attackers. We had just enough for multiple attackers, um, but yeah, it was very, very, very good. With the knife awareness. Tommy does some brilliant drills and he's got very, very good teaching methods. So, yeah, thoroughly enjoyable day. And it was all put on by Terry Monksfield, who this year was very ambitious. Decided to put on 7 seminars. Nice enough to ask me to teach at one of them. Now, as the years have gone, this year's gone on, and the seminars have gone on, the attendance has gone down and down and down. So poor old Terry is, he's put on this. He's really passionate about martial arts, put on this seminar. Be good if the last one of the year for him would be well attended.
Mm.
So um, it is, and Ian is generally well attended. But yeah, I think Terry was feeling it today. So
Mm.
shout out to Terry because he's really passionate about it, and it takes people like Terry to put these events on for them to happen.
Mm.
And for people like us to support it. So yeah, so that was a really good one. Closing up soon though, Kieran. We've got a competition
Yeah.
coming up again,
Yep, yep, on the
which
18th of
is close to us, just down the road in Milton Keynes.
yep,
So
on the 18th of October we are fighting under Goju-Ryu's Irikumi rules set, which is like all in fighting, so that'll be definitely a lot of fun to go into. We were invited last year, but unfortunately I think I only got notice of it like way too soon and I was already booked up for that weekend, so it wasn't viable, but hey ho. But apart from that, yeah, we've got that coming up next month, and then next month, about a week after, we've got your seminar with Joe and Greg from Somerset Applied Karate.
that's right. Yeah, yeah. Just down. Yeah, yeah. So that should be good. I think they'll be looking at like karate combat type thing. So a lot we talk about with Kudo is just making karate more applicable into today's combat arena. So I think they
Mm.
do a pretty good job of it down there in Somerset. What they're doing because they've got Joe's into his judo now, and they've got a good Brazilian jiu-jitsu base as well as the strong karate base. So
Yeah.
they're combining all of those, and so it's going to be good. I think I'm still undecided because on the poster I look like I'm doing combatives, so I think I may do like a combatives, like karate combatives
Mm.
session rather than karate combat type session, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah,
Mm.
so I'm looking forward to that. And then our students we'll have our gradings before long, won't we? So the year just
Yeah.
ticks on; it just flies by. So
Yeah, absolutely. Before we know it, we'll
so
be in
that'll be happening.
December planning things for the new year. So
And then the fat man will be coming down the chimney if you
yeah.
have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think that's it from us then for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a bit under time, but
Awesome, awesome. Right, well, yeah, apart from that, if you've not booked on to Brian, Joe and Greg's seminar next month, please do so. If you want information, we can happily give you some deets. But apart from that, yeah, no, I think that is us for now. So awesome. Thanks very much, guys. As always, you can follow me at Mackenzie Karate on Instagram.
yeah, and Brian Bates, Anshin Karate on all the platforms. So
Awesome. Right, well, until next time, take it easy. Us.
us.